So today I've decided to talk about the stories behind my tattoos and piercings. You've seen them, you've heard about them, you know I have them, but you haven't heard the stories behind them, so I figured I would enlighten you. Whenever I was 15, I got my first set of ear piercings. I was at the mall with my friends and my mom for my birthday, and I decided I wanted it done. It was going to be the coolest thing ever, and all my friends had it, so why not? I sit down in this chair, and I'm freaking out. I am so scared. So my friend Amber holds my hand through this torturous process. The lady takes her sweet time cleaning the area and getting the jewelry out and preparing the stupid needle gun. And then all of a sudden, she tells me to count to 3 and pfft, I have earrings. It's pretty crazy, right? So that's the story behind that. It really wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. It didn't bother me too much afterwards. When I was 17, I was at the mall again with my mom, and I decided that I wanted this piercing done, and it was a very random thing, and I saw the lady at the mall had it, and I was like, hey, that looks really cool, I think I want it done. So I asked my mom, and she said okay, and she let me get it done. I got it done a week before our band banquet that year, and it almost got infected twice, because they used the needle gun, and apparently the needle gun has more bacteria on it than just the regular needle being shoved through your ear or other body part. So that is why it got infected more. I didn't know that. I didn't learn that until I got my last piercing done. But yeah, that was quick and painless too, except for the infectiousness of my ear. I got my first tattoo when I was 19. I had known I wanted a tattoo since I was 16. And I googled tattoos and found this heart with flowers coming off of it and knew that that's what I wanted. And when I was 17, my grandfather passed away, and it was really hard on my family and I, and we still get kind of emotional about it at times. But I decided that I wanted to add his name into the heart, or what we called him, into the heart. We called him Papa. So I put that in the middle and got that done when I was 19. I went with a bunch of friends, and I think I got mine done first. And I was scared. I was dreading it because it was such a long process. Like, they have to draw it out, put it on this fake tattoo piece of paper, apply it to your skin, and then they get the ink, needle, and start going at it, you know? I didn't know that this was the process. I didn't know what the needle was going to feel like. I was so scared of the pain that I was facing to experience, and painful it was. I screamed, I yelled, I hollered. It was just not a too fun experience. But my friends got a kick out of me yelling, and then I watched my friend get hers done on the back right here of her neck, and that looked really scary and painful. Yuck. I got my last tattoo when I was 20. I went to a tattoo shop with my sister. After having gone and watched one of my other friends get a tattoo, I went back with my sister and got the live on the back of my neck. That's my inspirational word. Other people like love, faith, hope, joy. I like live. So I thought that that would just be really, really neat to have, and I don't regret it yet, so that's good. I got my last piercing very recently. I got my belly button pierced, and I regretted it the next day because it hurt and I couldn't sleep on my stomach. And yeah, I did that on a whim too. I was going with my sister and her friend. Her friend wanted her tongue pierced. My sister wanted her ear pierced. And I thought I wanted my belly button pierced, but I wasn't really sure. I was kind of scared. So I watched them do the entire paperwork process. And then the guy was talking to me, and he goes, you sure you don't want anything? I said, no, I've got 2 tattoos and 2 piercings, sir. I think I'm all right. And he said, don't you think you're being a little bit selfish where the tattoos come in? And I just looked at him like, what do you mean? He says, you only have 2 piercings and 2 tattoos. Why are you neglecting piercings like that? So I told him to hand me the paperwork, and went back with them and laid down on my back and felt him clean the area. Oh, it took forever for him to actually get the dots where I wanted them, to actually get it centered. And then that's when I was able to lay back and have needles shoved through my stomach. Yeah, amazing. It's healed now, though, and I can sleep on my stomach again. I still have to clean it 3 times a day, every day, but it's not that bad. And yeah, there are the stories behind all of that. I want another tattoo soon, but I'm not sure whether or not I'll get another piercing, like, ever again. I think I'm good on the piercings. What about you? If you could get a tattoo or a piercing, what would you get and where would you get it? Let me know. Okay, bye!